One, two, three, let's go!
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Dental Podcast. How do you do, guys? I hope that you are still healthy and still happy, like me right now. So today I have another two friends here, and they are my classmates. We are going to share something about our story life, and I bet that there are many things that we have not known before. I have Karen and Dana here. Hi, hello guys. How's life?
Hi, Data. I'm great. Thanks for asking.
Hello, Tita and friends. I'm good. How about you?
Thank you for coming, guys. I am good here.
Glad to see you here, guys. After a long time, we do not meet each other. So, this is the time, right?
Of course, I haven't met yet again since 1 year, maybe.
Yeah, but I met Karen when she was on our campus. Karen was preparing the circulation for EWD 20, and I gave her stuff since I wanted to go back to my hometown.
Yes, I remember that. It was so long, almost about 1 year ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that's right. So guys, without any further ado, let's start this conversation then. I'm going to listen to your thoughts about your past, your present life, and also your plan to prepare our future. Let's jump to Dana first, okay? Dana, please tell us about your past life. I mean, from when you were born, or yeah, something like that.
Okay, Data. Thanks for giving the time. Well, my name is Mikael Putra Perdana Wibowo. You can call me Dana. I'm 20 years old. Currently, I'm living in Yogyakarta since I was born until now. Although in the late December 2006, I lived in South Jakarta for 2 or 3 weeks because at the moment I was visiting and living at my father's house there, or I should call it a holiday. Well, my parents got divorced when I was in between third or fourth grade at elementary school. I'm a friendly, easy to shy, curious, and easygoing person. The reason why I'm so shy in public is unknown, but it seems that I have some difficulties when trying to meet with someone else, especially with new friends or people that I have never met before. But I'm trying to be brave so that I can interact with someone fluently.
Sorry for hear that, Dana. Besides, I'm curious about what is it? Your ability to speak English since you were a kid. Would you like to retell us?
Sure. So this is it. I was able to speak English when I was at kindergarten. Maybe this is the reason why I'm continuing my study here at ELESP Sanata Dharma University. I also got a free English course from my uncle who works as English teacher at Arkanita Junior High School when I was at junior high school, although we that in 2018 due to, you know, diabetes or maybe too much sugar if you want to make it easy. I really wish that if possible, I also want to continue his effort of teaching English. And when I'm listening to music, I prefer national, patriotic, and classic music. Although sometimes I also like to hear some Japanese, Korean, pop, and random genres, which I can't mention all of them one by one. Well, it's it will waste our time. Yeah. Then I like to play some games. So for this one, I prefer simulator and grand strategy games. I also like to watch some videos on YouTube for fun if I'm feeling bored. I think that's it.
Oh wow, nice. By the way, Dana, we know that every person has love language, right? Do you know what your love language is, Dana?
Oh, it's difficult for me as the boy to explain how to express my love language, but I prefer to talk softly, not only to my parents and family members, but also to my friends and someone else. Same like usual boys, I usually say something like hi or mention the name directly, but with normal voice. I think that's the only way I call it love language to make it easy to understand.
I see. Okay.
Okay, let me continue, right? When I was 3 years old, I was hospitalized for several weeks because I fell from a pickup and my hand was broken. I also have difficulties in mathematics and physics, so I'm really not smart on those subjects. In the past, I was bullied since I was in elementary school. It happened until I'm at third grade in senior high school when my father came to the school and he was angry with someone who bullied me in front of him, the school principal, and the counseling teacher. Although I've suffered from those events, I'm trying to be grateful with anything that I have, no matter what happens. I also feel glad because I also have some friends that really carried me, which makes me like the real me recently.
Oh my goodness, but I can relate with the difficulties of doing mathematics and physics. However, give us give us your thoughts or your favor about your current life, Dana.
Okay, now let's jump to that part. Currently, I need to master all subjects in college, although it seems harder and challenging. I also try to do something like talking to my friends because I was an introvert since I was in senior high school, which makes me feel difficult when talking or chatting to someone. Some scores that I've got during college are also bad, so I need to fix it and study harder to get better scores. As I mentioned earlier, since I was in senior high school, I changed myself to be an introvert because I always got bullied. At first, I thought that my choice could make me better, but then, after the moment of truth, I realized that isolating myself from the public wasn't a wise choice. So I began to interact again with my friends during the first semester in the third grade, and then it continues until now. Mm, I'm still continuing my study here at Sanata Dharma University, especially in the ELS week program. I want to make my parents, my family, and my friends proud with anything best that I can do. I'm trying to gain new knowledge by following some free webinars, reading something on Wikipedia or other sources, and many more. Well, if it's possible, I will try to continue my uncle's effort of teaching English by making my own course or maybe seeking a job as an English private teacher. I also want to continue studying in New Zealand, Netherlands, or even Norway if I have enough money and support from my family. I really make them proud, and I'll try not to forget my friends who really care about me because I also love them like I love my own family. I think that's all. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing your story, Dana. It's very nice. I hope that your dream comes true to continue studying in New Zealand. And next, let's move on to Karen's story. Hi, Karen. How about yours?
Hello, hello.
Hi.
Should I start from my past life?
Oh, sure, sure.
Okay, well, I'm originally from Yogyakarta, and I was born in Pantirapih with poor condition. My mother ever said that she had to leave me after giving birth, and I have to hospitalize for about 2 up until 3 weeks, and then I was born with jaundice, or Japanese people said it is sakit kuning. And then the doctor diagnosed that I was poisoned by mom's breastfeeding. Since I am the first daughter of my parents and my mother hadn't been pregnant before, she said that she didn't have enough um, good quality of knowledge about pregnancy, and my mother had high blood pressure so at that time, when I had to hospitalize, I lived with diarrhea and nausea every day. However, God allows me to live. I'm safe until now and being a big girl with good condition. Thank God.
Really? Oh my God. I have not known it before, Karen, until you tell us about your past condition.
Oh, but Karen, do you have any memorable experiences from your own childhood?
Well, as I said before, I'm a first daughter, so I have a younger sister. She is 18 months younger than me, and now she is our junior in Sanata Dharma University, majoring Indonesian and Literature Education, batch 20. I think that one thing that I want to share you is she is the reason who can make me walk for the first time. And my family ever told me that my teeth were growing faster rather than my ability to stand up and walk for the first time. And then my auntie ever asked me, "Hey Karen, when will you be able to walk?" Then my answer was, if I have a sister and she was born, I could walk. That was my answer. And after my parents came back from the hospital, my younger sister was born, and I can walk just like a big girl. That was unbelievable since I couldn't feel anything at the time, although these stories make sense, and my parents told me to. So naturally, I believe in them.
Okay, that's so funny. By the way, Karen, I think your name is very unique. I like that, but sometimes for some people, your name was difficult to pronounce. By the way, what is the meaning of your name? And do you have any story about your name, Karen?
Okay. Another thing that I want to share with you is our siblings' pattern name. I ever told you for this, what is that, for this activity of speaking class 2, but I want to share it again for the listener of this podcast. So, as you know, that my name is Novia Keren Cahyanti, and my younger sister name is Aprilia Yuma Cahyanti. Our name patterns consist of the month that we were born, and then uh, the middle name is came from the Bible names, and then Cahyanti is the acronym of our parents' name. So Novia shows that I was born in November, and then Karen is from the Bible, which means a stronger. And then for my younger sister names, Aprilia means she was born in April, And then Yemima came from the Bible too. But I, what is it? But I didn't remember what's the actually meaning of Yemima. And lastly, Cahyanti is the abbreviation from Cahyo and Yanti. Cahyo is my father's name, and Yanti is our mother's name. So I realized that this pattern when I was in junior high school. I'm blessed and grateful because my parents give me what is that, the unique name, and there is no one person in campus who has the same nickname just like me. However, it doesn't mean that I'm already happy with my nickname since I was born or since I was child. uh, and then I had been studying in the state school from the elementary until vocational school. I was kind of what is that, the minority students and had no friends with the same religion. So I just want to share this with no offense, because this is the part of my life that I want to share with you. So my friends are always mocking and or what is that, bullying me because I have dark skin tone and my unique name. And then they told me that my name was difficult to pronounce, so they called me like Keren, which means what is that, cool. And then Keren means traditional stuff from Japanese. So I was angry, very angry at the time, and I told my parents why something like why they gave me this weird name, something like that, and I had to live with that bully about 9 years from elementary until junior high.
Oh, well, how can you start to be proud and confident with your nickname, right? Uh, do you have any idea of it?
Of course, I do. One day, that could change my feelings was when I had to enroll myself to vocational high school, and I still remember that there were many teachers who felt hard to pronounce my name, but they loved me so much and gave me a trust to do something big and many changes. And another thing that made me a little bit proud was my unique name, and there was no student that had the same name just like me. I was quite famous because of my unique name. I had a lot of friends. My teacher knew me, and there were many juniors who respected me. So here, I have a long process to love myself, and it is like a boom or a claps. It is like a long process which gives me a valuable messages. I was born with poor conditions, and then but God blesses me with his kindness, love, patience, and thousand graces. So I'm still trying to what is that? Thanks to God. So God is the one and only who will never hurt my heart.
That's very good. And that's very nice. Uh, that was a long process that you have done, Karen. And I quite like your name since it is unique, as you said before to us.
Well, thank you for that, Dita. Next,
Yes,
I would like to share about my kindergarten up to elementary's experience. So my past kindergarten was Budi Asih School, and it was a little kindergarten which stood nearby my parents' house, and I went to my old school on foot. My sister was in the same kindergarten as me, so we could walk together. Since I was too young at the time, I cannot remember or memorize what was happening actually. So I just want to share some part of my experience when I went to kindergarten. Then the fun fact is actually I was born with left-handed. Not a lot of people know that I can utilize my right hand to do my activity. So here's the story. When my mother was giving birth to me, my father washed and cleaned the baby's placenta and then buried it. I have never seen the actual shape of the placenta before, but my mother said that my father was disgusted with it, and my father asked my uncle to clean it, but my grandma was angry with him. And my grandma said that the baby's father should clean and bury the placenta by himself. So he washed my placenta with his left hand, and my family believes that that's the reason why I used to do my activity with my left hand.
Oh, I see. Well, that's quite funny and unbelievable. Have you ever been prohibited by your teacher to use your left hand, Karen?
Well, this is funny. So, unfortunately, my kindergarten teachers disallowed me to write and draw with my left hand. So, they said it would be nice and polite if I used my right hand. It was hard for me to do something with my right hand. I had to try and I had to practice writing again and coloring or drawing, even brushing my teeth and combing my hair with my right hand and many more. I swear that it was really hard and awkward to use my right hand, and already used to use it when I was in the third grade of elementary. I needed about 9 years to try it. However, I cannot hold the broom, mopping, brush my teeth, and comb my hair with my right hand. And then that is the what is that? Such a hardest thing to do. And I tried to brush my teeth with my right hand, but the brush got out of my hand and fell into the toilet. And then from that accident, I never brushed my teeth with my right hand again. It can make my teeth not clean enough, and my brush will fail again. Just like what is that? Just like brushing my teeth with my right hand when I want to sweep or what is it? Comb my hair. The broom or the comb will fall because of my awkwardness using the right hand. That's all about the process to adjust yourself.
Are you really? You cannot use your right hand
Yes,
to wash your
yes.
teeth?
Yeah,
Oh
seriously.
god.
Seriously, I cannot do it.
I just do it after a second. You told us. That's so funny, Karen.
Oh my God. It should be a very long process, right?
And how about your elementary?
Okay, so I graduated from a little school nearby my village, a low-key and underrated elementary school called Wonosalam Elementary. So, elementary school of Wonosalam is located in the north of my village, and I used to walk or ride my bicycle to go there. I spent my long 6 years studying at Wonosalam Elementary, and I just realized that I had taken a long time and process to grow. And for my character there, I always got the first rank each semester, and I had to get my second rank that made me cry the whole day. That's the most memorable thing when I was in elementary. And then I survived my education to go to one Ngemplak Junior High School. Um, it is kind of one of the famous and prestigious schools, so I'm proud to be a part of alumnus of it. I met a lot of smart students there, and so I couldn't reach my first rank again. However, I always got the top 10 rank, so I was proud of myself. And then from the school, I got bullied from the other friends. I thought that I never interfered with their own life, but I never bullied them before. I was confused and asked myself, am I that ugly? And then they can bully me until like this, something like this. And nevertheless, I got many lovely friends there, and I met my first crush at that time. I like to know him more since he was quite smart and cool. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough courage to confess my feelings directly. And if other people say that the most incredible story is placed in senior high school, it doesn't happen to me. So let me tell you a little bit about my vocational high school.
Of course. Please do.
Okay, so I didn't come from senior high school, but I came from vocational high school. My school was state vocational high school, one of Depok. And then to enroll myself, there is one of the big decision for my life. I had a small debate with my parents. They asked me to go to senior high school, but I was too, what is it? I had got tired of going to school, so I chose to go to vocational high school. Again, my parents allowed me to major in accounting or engineering vocational school, but I didn't want to. If it is engineering, I want to go STM Pembangunan Yogyakarta, majoring in networking computer engineering. Unfortunately, my final exam score wasn't good enough to enroll myself there. Finally, I was accepted in office administration in One Depok Vocational High School. I haven't known before. One Depok Vocational High School is and what is that? Economic business school, which contains many girls students as a majority. We can count the boys with our fingers, and this is one of the strict school. There are many rules there, and the seniors are so what is it? Kind of annoying seniors like that. And I was depressed in the 10th grade, and I asked my parents to move on to the other school, but they didn't want to since it was my big decision, so I still hold myself there. As I said before that I have a lot of friends there and my teachers knew me well. Besides, I quite rebel and always broke the rule. I wear colored shoes when Monday ceremonies, escape from the extracurricular and many more. And if you think that I am a well organized student, yes, I am. Yes, I am, but not for what is that? Not for all of my characteristic. It are the what is it? The diligent student, something like that. And there are many cases that I made before. One thing that still stick in my brain now is the chairperson of the student organization was looking for me because I wore the white shoelaces, but I run. I had made my junior viral because she was yelling at my friends. And then the next morning, I was called by vice chair of the headmaster. Luckily, she didn't give me a score since my argument quite made sense. See, I mean, if you think I never made trouble, then you were wrong.
Interesting. I thought that you are a diligent student for at least 100% canon. I think it is normal for high school students to have, what is it, trouble in their school. Is it right?
Yeah, it's come naturally.
As
Yeah, I bet like that all of the students had their own problems when they were in high school. Now, let's jump, okay, into your current life.
Okay, as we all know, we are in the fourth semester right now, and I'm personally still trying to defend my laziness to do my assignments for the lectures. So, and also I try to participate in many events or a student organization since the campus asks the students to collect and earn 10 points minimum of certificates. And I spend my weekend to attend a webinar or do online meetings with my friends. And it is so tiring, but I would like to explore many things, many new things, and many new insights, so that I can get a lot of valuable information from them.
Well, how about your own, what is it, relation, or should I call it friendship?
Okay, I haven't met my friends for 1 year due to this COVID-19 pandemic, and I just met them if I go to campus to do on maybe discuss something together and in a committee or event, or maybe just hang out together. I really miss them to study in class together and then eat lunch in the student hall. look for some food in Texas, just like Tita and me, that we spend our time together, and many more. And then it is just me, or you guys feel it too, if our communication is getting big and big since we just meet our friends only through Zoom or online meeting. But I feel it.
Yes, I think I can relate with you. It is hard for me to start the conversation, but I always try my best to build my good quality of communication with my friends. However, how's your plan?
My plan. Well, I have a lot of dreams of occupation, and there is no one who can be consistent. When I was kindergarten kid, I dreamed about being a doctor. I didn't know why every child in my school wanted to be a doctor. And then when I grow and know the nowadays through world, being a doctor is not a piece of cake. It's kind of one of the hardest thing in this world. And I mean, being a doctor should be smart, diligent, have a lot of money, something like that. And even if there are many scholarships that can be offered for the students, it will be hard to earn if we do not really take it seriously. Besides, to go to school and majoring doctor need much money. Then we need to take what is that, specialization, if I'm not mistaken, and yeah, something like that. And fortunately, I didn't take my work seriously and turn my dream to be a teacher. I had no idea about being a teacher, but a teacher, doctor, nurse, and something like that were monotonous and major big dreams. Absolutely realizing that what is that? There are many challenging and interesting dream job after I went to vocational high school. I dreamed to be a secretary due to office administration is being my major. However, I do not want to be a secretary now. I do not why, but after entering myself in ELESB, I already what is that? Uh, but ELESB already gave me a new insight into the occupation dream. We could be a teacher or maybe a lecturer and translator, book editor, and many others. I hope that I can earn a scholarship to survive my master degree soon, or I have what is that? If I have a lot of money, I will do it. And I would like to be anything. I just want to enjoy my future job if it is a noble work and has relation with my degree.
You know what, Karen? It means that your soulmate is in the ELESP study program. And so, how about marriage? Are you one of those who want to get married quickly?
Absolutely not. I do not have any idea to marry someone. But what is that? Yeah, let's take a look at my future. Believe in God already prepared the best one for me. But marriage seems like a big and huge decision. So I do not have a good role in married life. Something like peace, respect each other, and what is yeah, something like that. And trying to believe life after marriage is kind of a long process for me personally. I'm not worried about God's plan, but what is that? Even if I do not have any lover right now, I know what is that? I know God's already what is it has already prepared the true love for me in a mysterious way.
Wow. Karen, your story is very nice. It's very amazing. There are many parts that touch my heart. From all your story, I know that you are a strong person. You are so amazing because you can through your difficult situation in the past, like bullying, even more when you were born. You must know that you are so strong, Karen. I wish you can catch your dream, and when you already be a successful person, don't forget with me, okay?
Of course not. Thanks for having me.
Yes.
Now your turn, Dita, please.
Oh my god, really? All right. I will go. So, guys, my full name is Bernadeta Christi Deviantari, and people usually call me Deta. I am the second child in my family, which means that I have an older brother. So, I have one older brother. I have lived in the world for almost 20 years. Now, I live in Singaraja, Bali with my parents and older brother. Actually, I'm not a real Balinese because my parents are both from Muntilan, Central Java. It's just that they have migrated to Bali since my brother was born until now for almost 25 years. All my family was born in Muntilan, and only I was born here in Singaraja, Bali. So the fun fact is that I have Muntilan blood, but I think my soul seems to be Balinese. I am a loving and cheerful person. I often smile and laugh like now. Therefore, people always think of me as a child who is always happy and never sad. Sometimes it makes me often become a fake person who is never honest in showing my feelings to others. But I learned from the Korean drama entitled "It's Okay to Not Be Okay." You know it, to be more honest in showing my feelings because it's okay to not be okay. Moreover, my friends say that I am a kind person. Maybe I'll say yes because I think having a kind hearted is an obligation. But sometimes the kindness I have is used by some people. I am currently in the process of knowing which one sincerely wants to be my friends and which one is just using it because I don't want to be in toxic relationship.
Well, I thought that you were literally pure Balinese, and I'm proud of having friends from Bali. And remember that in the first semester, I always asked you a lot of things about Bali.
Yes, that's right. And guys, I can survive in this world because of myself, of course. But apart from that, I also have a main figure in my life to help me guide my life well. He is the Lord Jesus because there are many things I can do from his teachings. And furthermore, is speaking outside of God, my main figure are my two parents. To be honest, I can't choose who is the foremost among them because what taught, guide, and raised me from the past until now was the interference of the two of them, not just one figure only. I am grateful for having parents like them. And then I learned to be a child who is easy to forgive and always grateful. Anything that makes me hurt, fall, feel unappreciated, and feel unloved, what can make me strong and get up is when I forgive and remain grateful for whatever is happening. Whether I forgive others who hurt me or I forgive myself who sometimes took the wrong step. I think my parents have shown me well the task that God has given them to show God's goodness. My parents also once said to me, even though you are a good person, but a good person is not always considered good by other people. But still remember, never get tired of being a good person because it is even more tiring if you are a bad person.
Well, seems that you were a lovely girl. I can feel it too. You're so close with your your mom, with your brother, with your and also with your family?
Oh, yes, Karen. I think you're right. Well, by the way, so what's your love language according to yourself? Yeah.
Okay, my love language is physical touch. So I love it when I cuddle or hug with my family and when I kiss my mom, of course. I can say that my relationship with my parents is a relationship like a parent and child who are full of love, even though there are times when I have had difficult and mm, different opinions with my parents, but that doesn't destroy my relationship with my parents. I was a very family oriented child. I always spend time with my family, especially since this pandemic. And you know that I am a human, so I have also experienced obstacles in life, but that doesn't make me disappear because I believe whatever I experience in the past, present, and future is a beautiful plan that God has planned for my life. The thoughts obstacles I have felt in the past was when I agreed with my parents about my education to a higher level. Honestly, I didn't want to go to college because after high school, I wanted to go straight to work so I could get money faster to help my parents. I often had arguments with my parents every day, but because my parents wanted me to have a degree and well provision, I, ex- I accept the request. It was a struggle for me because the consequences of the decision I took were risks that I had to live with, not only for now, but for my future.
But then, what's the result?
Okay, and in the end, I accept their request because I thought my parents would not flunk me in the wrong direction. What my parents said must be the best for my life. I believe my parents are God extension, perpanjangan tangan Tuhan, and I feel maybe by accepting their request, I can make them happy, even though it's hard for me, of course, but I can get through it with the help of their prayers and support. I mean,
Oh, well, I wish that, you know, it will be realized, right? Well, how about your college or, I mean, Sanata Dharma University, according to yourself?
okay, guys. I can't be who I am right now without going through an extraordinary path. Now I study at Sanata Dharma University and choosing ELESP is my goal to make my parents happy because ELESP is one of the favorite study programs on campus, right? I'm fighting for myself to be able to finish college. I realized that every day the material is uh, it was difficult and full of challenge, but I always planned a mind that was willing to keep learning and trying. I think it will be better if we want to move forward, even though it seems difficult, than just staying and doing nothing like that. Right now, I am also a radio announcer at Mazda FM Yogyakarta. This is one of the things I didn't expect before, but I can get the opportunity, thanks God. And I'm very grateful for what I have today. I hope that in the future, I can make my parents proud to have me as their daughter. I will become a successful person who can show that success is not only obtained from smart people, but from people who are willing to always try and learn. Now that I am studying to become a teacher, and maybe in the future I will also work as a teacher, but for kindergarten. Because I really love children. I think it is easier to teach children than teenagers who are a little stubborn like that.
Well, that was incredible. I'm so glad to have you guys at this time. Many unbelievable life stories from you. I get what is it? A lot of inspiration from them.
Yeah, I love it too. For the closing, guys, can you give your motto or something like moral value for our listener at home? Maybe Dana first.
Okay, thanks, Nita. From me, uh, when we face some problems, don't worry about it. Well, we can talk to someone and tell about it so that everyone may help you to fix it and make your life better. Well, although I was, made a mistake by changing myself into an introvert, I realized that choosing the relationship, wait, not choosing but closing, isn't the wise way. We only need to be selective to those who really care with us. I think that's it from me. How about you, Karen?
Life is about the process. It is about good timing and effort. If you think that we can cook the instant noodle fast, then we did an effort or process about 3 minutes to cook it until it is ready to serve.
Of course, it is. I agree with Karen and Dana also. I agree with Karen because life is a process, and we also have to always remember that life is like a wheel, a roda kehidupan. Sometimes we are at the top, but sometimes we can be at the bottom. The most important thing that I want to say is don't give up and keep fighting. Well, thank you so much for coming here, guys. Even though we are only able to meet through Zoom, it means a lot for me personally.
Thank you for inviting us, Dita. Nice to see and talk to you today.
Yes, thank you so much for inviting us to the Day Talk podcast. I really like this program. Absolutely.
Thank you. And you're welcome, guys. Nice to see and talk to you too. Don't forget to always stay safe, healthy, and happy, okay? See you on the next Death of Podcast. Bye. Say goodbye to the camera. Bye,
Bye.
guys.